They say I'm cute, can cook, and will get you hooked.
You know me, and you already know what it is. Greatness cannot be rushed.
Two things for the soul. I never lie to you or on you.
I am the architect of my life. I build foundations and choose content.
I might be quiet, but I observe and remember everything, so watch out.
I may be heavy in his sheets, but I apply pressure to those streets.
I'm just a southern girl who means what she says and says what she means.
Hollywood in the house, baby. We in this thing. Tell me what number. Hey. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yep, that's me. I'm number 2.
What's going on, y'all? Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
Oh,
What's
here
up, y'all?
again.
This your girl, Tim K.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Tim K.
What's going on?
We here in the building.
Yes.
Who else we got playing on the dashboard?
Oh,
Ladies first. I've been told I'm a gentleman.
Oh,
Southern
okay.
gentleman.
yes, you
All
are.
right, all right.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are.
see Madam here in the
Miss C.
house.
Madam.
Hey.
Beautiful,
Tell the
beautiful.
people.
Oh, America, I missed you. It's Delish in the house.
Yeah.
Hey, she got the special effects, special sound effects.
Thank you.
You know, she get a little extra.
Oh, and last but not least. 'cause
Very
you-
white.
Right.
Yeah. You know what it is. It's your boy DB on the mic, the one and
Yes.
only. Yeah.
So
let's
who's
do
missing?
this.
Who's missing?
I don't know.
Well, we have
V baby.
we have B
V-Rock.
baby. She's in
We
the
have
she's
the
in the
house.
She's in
house.
the house, but
It's
We
Real
got
in
we
the
got
house.
Israel in the house.
Israel.
And Miss
We got
Jess
Jack in the house,
Right.
or AKA Abby.
Abby.
Yes.
You know, but
And
I
what
don't
is
deal
this?
with Jack. I like Abby.
Oh, okay.
I don't deal with
That's
Jack.
because she gonna jack your
Yeah,
ass
Jack be a
up.
bit much. So
Ooh,
I like
is she
Abby.
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Right,
Abby,
right.
Abby is nice.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
she's cool.
Yeah.
She's super cool,
That's
calm. Until you, I mean,
That's
she got a
okay.
different side to her now.
She does.
Yeah.
Well, we all do.
Y'all go back to the twerk video. And
Oh.
if y'all don't know what I'm talking about,
Uh-oh.
Right.
y'all need to go back
That
a couple
night.
seasons.
That night.
Okay? Because she done twerked her ass off.
Mm.
I miss y'all. What y'all been going on? This is the Reloaded. It's been a while for
Reloaded.
us.
Yes, it has.
That's what we call them, the reloaded.
You know what?
Reloaded.
It is
I like
reloaded.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because we reloading.
a
Just
lot
like
of
a gun,
things that took
right?
place.
Yeah, we pop our shit. We gotta reload.
Gotta
As
reload.
simple as that.
That is.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's been a lot going on since we
Good
last
Lord.
left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's been going on with you?
I have been doing a lot of projects, and I'm super excited about it. But
Project sounds
just
nice.
just like how it always is. You know, I'm not gonna say too much, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
What about you?
Very good. Very good.
You?
See, madam? Well,
Miss C,
yeah,
madam.
I got quite a bit of stuff in the fire. So,
Okay.
Okay.
It's
real
always
estate,
Irons
good.
real
in the
estate,
fire.
of course.
That's a great
Is
one.
it the iron
That's-
fire?
First
Yes,
of all, she's
iron
being
in the fire.
humble.
Yes,
She's being
trying.
very humble. We want to go ahead and give Miss C Madam a round of applause.
Yes.
I got
Yes.
some special sound effects.
Yes.
Finally, all right. Yeah, but
yes.
mostly, dealing with my real estate. So,
Exactly.
yeah, but I got a lot to come. So y'all
Good.
just stay
Well,
tuned. Stay tuned.
we know it. You have our well wishes, our
Right.
prayers.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you know what I'm manifesting?
Tell
You're
me.
gonna sell us our $1 million houses.
I like
Yes.
that.
That's what I'm
I
talking
like that.
about.
Yes.
I don't get
Wonderful.
applause for that.
No, you
Miss-
know.
Oh.
Listen,
I don't get a-
you get a great applause. I was going to elaborate
You
on
know-
what you just said
Okay.
because you now
Go
because
ahead.
you're
Go
going
ahead, Big
into
Papa.
uncharted territory here. You're talking about partnership and you're talking about unity, and there's so much in unity. Psalms 133 talks about unity and how God commands the blessing from unity.
Right.
Okay.
So we have the Holy Spirit, which is our first covenant relationship.
Okay.
And then after that, if we can find some people in the earth that we can hook up with and come into agreement, because there is a such thing as the power of agreement, because he tells us in his methodical way, he says one to put 1,000 to flight and two to put 10,000 to flight. And I say,
Yes.
my God, look at the difference. It don't even make sense.
Yes.
But when God does a thing, it never makes sense.
So,
So,
I know you've
yeah.
been using that word in order to get through your time being off. What you been up to?
I've been working.
Now before he gets into what he was saying, it's just what's the word, like mind-boggling to me how he's saying what he's saying, and right before we were on air.
Ooh.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say
okay.
before.
What happened before we were
I'm
on
gonna
air?
sip my tea.
Jesus.
We're not gonna put that out.
Okay,
What happened?
we weren't preaching man before we got on
Oh.
air.
You know what?
However,
Say he wasn't.
He
The,
Say he
wasn't
wasn't.
preaching, man.
the duality of man.
Ooh,
The
There you
dual,
go.
you know, Paul
Speak
talks
it.
about that. He said the things
Ooh,
that I
there he go
want to do,
again.
He got a scripture
I
for
don't do.
everything.
And the
Right.
thing that he but what he's just talking about the duality of man and understanding that the greatest conquest of man is conquering oneself.
Speak.
Socrates
Lord.
said to thine own self be true.
You know what?
Y'all
song?
see what I mean?
You know what song I think about now?
What's
that?
that?
You said? That old school song. You better preach. What is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's that Barry White song. Y'all don't
Oh, practice what you preach.
practice
Yeah.
what
Practice
you preach.
what you
preach.
Right.
Baby.
That's not a church
That's not
song.
it.
But you know, I didn't say it was a church
okay.
song.
I thought you did.
I didn't say it was a church song.
okay. All
No, but he'll make it a church song.
Okay.
But
He will. He will.
Won't he do
However,
it?
what have you been up to?
Wonnie Will.
Ladies.
Ladies first.
we gotta
Okay,
get to Miss Delish.
Yeah.
First of all, let me tell you how
Delish.
sexy Miss Delish is.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
she's
baby.
gorgeous.
Looking like smooth butter.
Okay.
She get her thing.
Y'all better mess.
Oh, and there we go.
So
Play with her.
sweet.
Coco
so sweet.
Chanel.
Hey.
Tell me how you doing,
All
baby.
right. I'm maintaining.
Okay.
Maintaining.
Yes, yes.
Because you got to maintain
Have to do that.
thing.
Yes, yes.
Anything new?
Yes. Oh, it's a lot of new things.
A new love life?
Just no.
It's okay.
No.
You working on you.
Yes.
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 Amen.
Yes.
I don't know. We've been working on you for a long time now. We got
Oh.
to get a test
So, which
out.
means she's about to break
Shots fired.
out.
Shots fired.
About to break out.
Right.
Look,
Right.
shots fired.
Good thing I got my bullet.
Oh,
Vest
baby,
on.
you definitely got it. And
Right.
the
That thing went
Oh
brr.
Lord.
and the bulletproof
Dang.
sleeves.
Timing is everything. So
Oh, you better
I'm
stop.
sorry that on your schedule it may seem long.
Not the your schedule,
Yes,
honey.
but for my schedule,
You know
Yeah.
what?
Yes.
The only reason why I'm asking because I want some of them jewels dropped, baby. And the only time the
Drop
jewels
them
drop
jewels, baby.
is when you get in that special thing.
well, yeah. I mean, of course you'll know, but no.
Little wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I got so much fire I want to
In
spit.
time.
In time.
In time.
There you go.
Can I spit a whole bunch? I got
You
a
know
lot.
what?
I got. A
We
lot.
know you got a
Oh.
lot to say.
But go
Man, I
ahead
want to
and tell them-
unload.
Okay.
You always have
Can I
a lot
unload?
to say.
Yes.
You're always
Go ahead.
unloading.
Man, because it's always good stuff. Y'all always saying some profound things, and you just said another thing that was very profound. You said timing is
Thank you.
everything,
Mm-hmm.
and so timing is everything.
Yes.
God's timing is everything.
Yes.
And so sometimes we get so caught up in the people that we connected with because they mean well. I got a buddy of mine. He says this. He says sometimes you'll find that most of the time that people are sincere, but they're sincerely wrong. You understand what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that.
Because
I
that
like
means
that.
they
I like
sincere. They
that.
just sincerely wrong. They don't mean no harm.
No, they don't.
I mean no harm. So in other words, I'm just going back to timing because when we get out of their time and out of people's time and the world's time and understand that God's timing is everything,
Yes.
man, life gets
Yes.
So is that the word you
Yes.
use in order to get through your little hump?
well.
you been up to?
There is so much. I mean, God gave me so much meat doing in 2022. I walked out of 2021 with things that I wanted to do, things
Okay.
that I thought that were going to happen for me. And so 2022, he showed me something different.
Okay.
And he showed me that he has a plan. And
Yes,
he
he
says, I
does.
have a plan. And my plan is to prosper you
Yes.
And what is
and
he
to give
doing
you
for
a future and give you hope.
Yes.
And what is he doing for you for 2023?
And so walking into 2022, well, let me before we run into 2023.
Yes. No
Okay.
rush.
So 2022 was a year that I had to really understand. He said that he'll never put more on us than we can bear.
no.
So I found myself looking in the mirror at myself and saying to myself, self, you can do this.
Okay.
Self, you're built for this.
Okay.
Because it ties back in. He said he won't put more on me. So if I'm dealing with it, and I hate to use the word dealing with, but if it's happening in my life, then it's
handling
he meant for it to happen in my life
Right.
because it has purpose.
Correct.
He says all things work for the good of those who love the Lord and have been called according to his purpose.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So Then fast forward, and then, but God gave me so much with it. It's so much. It's a lot. It's a lot. Whole lot.
I have one question for you.
Yes.
Before you walk up here, do you read just the Bible?
No.
Because you had them scriptures. I don't even remember all of it.
No. It's okay.
Years and years and years and years and years.
Yes,
and
yes.
so
But
he
it's
just kind of knows what to spit out.
Right.
Well,
at the right time.
I'm pretty
So-
sure that
It's not that I know what to
curious.
spit out.
But it comes naturally.
It does come
so you
natural
do
because
know.
it's in me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in me,
you know
but it
what?
comes from just my relationship and being intentional about my
reading
relationship.
the word.
But
Yes.
just just not knowing the word because I have to find myself. He said the word is like a two-edged sword. So you talking about spitting it out. So the reality of it is that same word. I'm the first partaker of the word, so that word applies to me as well. And so, but there have been times that I've ran the stop sign, ran the yield sign.
Right.
We're human.
Right.
But you know
Not
what?
perfect.
From looking over here, when you looking at me, you look like a real preacher and sanctified,
Oh.
right? But when you
Sanctified,
turn
baby,
when you
sanctified.
turn your neck, and I see that DB, I just see thug.
Slanger dangle.
Oh my God.
Slang it
That's
down.
all I see.
That's it, Captain Hook.
Oh, Lord.
But you know
Slang
what?
it ain't.
So let me finish my piece and then I'm gonna
Okay.
be done.
Okay.
Are you really though?
Not
Never.
really.
Okay.
Never really.
It's a never.
Never gonna
really
be done. And so even when I leave this place, so listen, the reality of it is that I was in a place where I should have been, and that place is called I don't know. Just being in a place with God, He said to be like a
understand
child before me, and so finding myself not knowing what's going on, confused, dismayed by so much of what was going on in 2022.
Right.
And then I began to see God in all of it. I began to see that the all was good.
Right.
You know what? Since you
That's
just
a
said
lot.
that God is in all of it,
Right.
tell us how you feel about this certain situation with Tyree.
I'm gonna tell you in just a
Because
minute.
you just was like, God is in the midst of all of it, right?
Right.
And it's just like one of those things, on walking on the ground and things of that nature, people don't understand the loss and the hurt and all that other stuff. And I feel like just like everything
Right.
else, just like when George Floyd had his issue or whatever the case is, and everybody was like, well, God is in the midst.
Yeah.
And everything is happening for a reason. And I feel like it's those same examples.
Man, you in it. I mean, you got to think about it. See, you let's go back to the beginning. We can always go into the word. Cain killed Abel. That was his brother.
His own brother.
Yes.
Flesh and blood.
You see what I'm saying? That was his brother. And he killed him.
Yes.
But listen, though, it's never
Judson.
over because the Bible say that his blood cried out.
But you know what?
So we
man?
got so much blood in the city streets that's crying out. You see what I'm saying?
it's
But you want real quick,
Right.
Then the precedent to me has been set for the nation.
Okay.
Listen to me and listen to me good. A precedent has been set for the nation. So white people, black people, Jewish people, Hispanic people, Chinese people of the world, a precedent has been set right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
But you said
Hold on,
all
I'm-
these
I'm
people.
trying-
Go ahead.
listen.
Let him get
Go
to his
ahead.
point real
Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
When a cop,
Go ahead. That's where I was going.
when a cop, I'm not saying black or white, I'm saying a cop
A cop.
does what those 5 black officers have done, and when a cop has done what those other officers have done of shooting black people for no reason,
choking them,
out, all
beating
that,
them.
what just happened here in this city needs to happen across the nation. It don't take 6 months. Listen, they saw the video.
Right.
They saw it was wrong.
Immediately.
There is no policy that can protect them.
At all.
Period.
Right.
No.
So white America, do your job. White America have integrity. No. Listen. And I'm not saying this again. I'm saying everybody
Right.
have integrity. But what I'm
Correct.
showing is that this city showed integrity. The Memphis Police Department showed integrity.
Yes, they did.
They didn't care if they were black or white.
No. And listen, as black people, we don't care if
Yeah.
it's a black or white officer. But
Right.
all we're saying is, period, stop killing us.
Right.
Because you don't go in those white communities harassing and terrorizing them.
Right.
But then we got to get back to the origin of where policing came from. It came from slave catching. Where your papers at, nigga?
Right.
No.
And
Where
it
your
was for
papers
real,
at, boy?
Right.
For real.
Right.
And they had that
So we're
mentality.
experiencing the same thing because they've been indoctrinated into something that they don't even know. Those young men don't even know what they're indoctrinated into.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
You know what? This is
No
very,
sense of history.
This
Is
is
serving
very,
and
very,
protecting.
very powerful. And you know what? The one thing that we're going to talk about when we come back from our break
Right.
is we're going to talk about how, just like you mentioned, everyone has had a piece to say about
Correct.
this particular
Correct.
situation.
Correct.
Except for I haven't heard about the Blue Lives Matter. And that's a whole nother subject. So when we come back, we're going to discuss that and more. And I'm so excited to have you guys with us on this special edition.
Friends and wives.
of
Y'all
Friends
know
and
what
Wives
it is, man. We love y'all. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, we back in the building.
This special edition of Friends and Wives podcast.
Absolutely. We're back.
Yes.
Let's do it, ladies. What's up? Talk to me.
Before we left, we talked about, Tyree Nichols and how we've heard an audience from everyone except for the Blue Lives Matter, right? And I find it quite ironic that about 2 years ago, they was standing firm, had posters, and they wanted to represent their side of the story, right? And what's different coming 3 years later in 2023, I'm not seeing anyone represent Blue Lives Matter, right? And I find it ironic that in that particular situation, the offenders was a different race. And now that the offenders
that's what it is right
a
there.
different race this time, no one's standing up for them. And so that goes back to explain, like last time, when what we all knew to understand when they were saying Blue Lives Matter, who they're really represented, right? Because it's like, where your people at now? You should be, if it Blue Lives Matter, these are 5 officers, right? Who is being accused of something, which, proven innocent, what is it, proven guilty until
innocent
until proven guilty.
That one. But, I don't know about y'all, but I seen the video and I was disgusted and mine didn't even have sound.
I didn't watch the video.
And-
Did y'all watch it?
I watched the video.
When I watched the first 2-3 videos, I was thinking, all I see and hear are some out of shape officers, because you just heard heavy breathing.
Really?
Out of shape officers.
But when that 4th video came out, the sky cam,
Yeah.
that told it all.
Why?
That told it all.
'Cause
It showed everything.
Well, see, I didn't watch
It
it.
zoomed
He was
in.
beating the mess out of him.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt it to
Boxing
be a bit much for me.
It
Right.
was.
I couldn't. I didn't want to watch it.
It was a bit much.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Yeah.
see it because
I
I
watched
can't
CNN's.
understand
So
how.
straight through. It wasn't.
Well, that's what I watched, CNN.
Yeah,
So
right.
they showed it all.
Right.
But those first 3,
But
the
then-
body cams,
Yeah.
it didn't show anything. It
And
was
then-
blacked out. Like, I don't know if it was done.
Because-
Some of them were done on purpose or
Really?
what. But that
They're
sky
right.
cam
Yeah.
caught
It was a lie.
all.
Yeah.
They
They were
they was too busy beating folks up for it to show visible of what's going on.
Well, they was trying to get their story together.
And they were. It did pick that up as
Right.
well.
Oh, they tried to corroborate the
They did,
absolutely.
of course, of
because
course.
that's the body cam. So you got 2 different. The
Okay.
sky cam is gonna tell the truth.
Amen.
Right.
It told the truth.
Amen to the sky king.
No
Correct.
sound.
Correct.
God.
However,
sound.
no sound.
It was
Now their
horrific,
body
and there was no
cams was a
sound.
sound, and the sky cam was the video.
And they had him
Yeah.
handcuffing doing this.
Yeah, handcuffed.
You know what, Delish? I wanted to come. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Go ahead.
but I wanted to really talk to you about having, seeing this. You having an older son, right? Around the same age as Tyree.
Right.
How did that make you feel as a mother?
I was devastated.
Yeah.
I started with the video because I wanted to see it.
Right.
And it's some of us did not, and that's fine. I went through the video until he called out for his mom.
Oh, that was
I
heartbreaking.
hadn't even seen that part, and if I
Yeah.
did, it was no sound.
He
Right?
just kept saying, "Mom."
Yeah.
Like he was so close to home
Man,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
that
horrible.
he
Yeah.
wanted his mom to hear
Right.
him.
That's
Like
And that's
horrible.
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
it
'Cause-
was.
Yeah.
And so
That was it.
Just the whole thing, because I saw sound, I saw the whole video together, and it was just awful that, and being beat to death, he still held his composure. He still was nice.
He was.
He still, I mean, he was asking,
I'm down
why?
on the ground. Yeah. What did I do?
What did I do? You're doing too much.
Yeah.
So
I'm on the ground. I'm doing my hands
part-
behind my back.
This is the part that confused me, because I seen a video where the officer snatched him out the car, right?
Right. That was the beginning.
And he ran, right? And
Well,
what I didn't
They shot the
understand,
with a taser at him.
Yeah.
And he got away.
Yeah.
okay, so I didn't understand it, because all I seen was a video of him. They told him to pull over. They snatched him out the car.
Right.
He ran.
Right.
And then of course, they caught him later.
But weren't they
on or whatever the
undercover?
case.
Like,
Yeah.
they were undercover.
Yeah.
But the issue to me is, was that the first stop? Because if that's the first stop,
That was
and
the
then
first stop.
and you pulling me and snatching
And
me,
he
you
doesn't-
think
he
I'm
doesn't
not
know
about
what's
to
going
run?
on.
Right.
Are you
Right.
serious?
Yeah.
And he didn't.
And
He
you're
kept
in an
asking.
unmarked car.
Right. In his neighborhood.
Yeah.
In his
How
neighborhood.
ironic.
Yeah. But you know what? Gossip says, and we don't spread gossip, but I'm just
No.
gonna tell them what was
As long as
said
we
out
let the
there.
peoples know that it's a
Allegedly.
rumor.
That's the
Yeah,
right
as long
word.
as we let them know.
Allegedly, it was said that the guy that basically started this whole matter was actually beating him because of his baby mom and the relationship that they had, because they worked together at a major corporation here in Memphis.
Oh, okay.
And so what made them feel like this is the actual motive of this situation was because he actually sent the video off to the baby mama.
Now, let me tell you something. I did post that, and I had several people say that, oh, his dad said that's not true. So,
Right.
but it's definitely personal.
It-
That was definitely
Yeah.
personal.
You
It
can tell.
doesn't matter
was
what's
personal.
behind. It doesn't matter what was behind the story. The beating shows that it was personal.
Yeah.
It was very
correct.
personal.
Yeah.
Because you beat him like
From
he
A to Z.
stole something.
Right, yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
that's a beating like you done stole something.
Right.
But I
His
did
own
hear
mother.
that he sent the video or picture or whatever of Tyree to somebody.
Okay. But regardless,
So, yeah.
it just shows actually where his mind frame, and it was meditated. It was
It
premeditated.
was definitely premeditated.
And so the situation is not only did you you straight abandon your law, standard, oath, whatever you take when you become a official,
Serve to protect.
servant? Yeah, official servant of the city, whatever government, whatever the case is. You
Right.
have, and it's just like one of those things. You abandon your authority. You overpowered him, and then you went and beat this poor boy to where he in handcuffs. I think that's what got me.
He was in handcuffs.
I think that's
Like,
what
what
got
could
me.
he do?
he couldn't even shoulder
No.
hit you if he wanted. There was nothing you could do, and there was coward, and everybody that was out there are straight cowards. Even if you didn't put your physical hand on him,
But you was there.
Still.
you are a coward.
Right.
If you didn't say stop, or if you didn't,
And that's what I don't understand. Not one person said, okay, that's
No,
enough.
they didn't.
Not one
So everybody in
person.
the video needs to be charged. That's what I'm calling for.
Everyone.
And it seems like
Everyone.
that's the route that they was going to take to charge everyone. Because at first they was just going for those officers who actually put physical hands.
No.
But the EMT who didn't help,
Right.
They did not
Everybody.
administer.
right?
And it's
Right.
more.
Yeah,
It's
definitely
more.
more.
Everyone,
Right.
right?
Everybody in the video. If you have to watch the video 100 times,
Watch it 100 times.
watch it 100 times
And get
because
them.
everybody in the video needs to be charged.
They do.
So let's start talking into a business standpoint. Let's go over from, okay, now we done seen this, and us as citizens, we have our opinions, right? But from a business aspect, right? Because at the end of the day, being a police officer and being serving the community, that's a business regardless, right? And so there's been all these little rumors and tic-tac, but my thing is, you being in a predominantly black city, right? You have a woman black chief,
Yep.
right? Who's going in order to clean up the city, right? And you're using all these different tactics. To me, from a business stance, I'm like, okay, did you implement that? Do whatever you have to take in order to, exert your power, because there's been a lot of rumors with her as well since the time that she got in the city and how they didn't respect her, right? So are you putting that and then, putting that into their ear, do whatever you need to do in order to, maintain.
Giving them that power.
Right, giving, let them know
ultimate
that you're not
power.
playing. Right. And then backfiring when the whole situation blow up, and then all of a sudden you want to release people and disband units and all this other stuff.
I've met her a few times. I just don't see that in her.
Right.
Giving power like
so
that to do what you want to do to get the job done. I don't see that in her.
So
she wants to clean up the city. She does.
With you having that actual personal relationship to know her and have that particular judgment, that lets me further know that they've been doing this the whole time.
Oh, they've been doing it.
And this
Absolutely.
is the actual underlining situation of beat them into you whatever you want to do, exert your power. And it's almost like they have this God complex, which is very scary. Because to me, if I see that, I'm not stopping for any police now. I don't know what
not
you're
unmarked car.
Yeah. So,
I'm not.
And my thing is,
they have banned that.
But you're putting this in the city where, and you don't even want to be in the point where people are not pulling over, right? Even unmarked or uniform, whatever the case is.
Right.
I don't know what they're gonna do with us.
Right.
I don't know what we need to do. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what?
Surely she's not doing that.
No. But let me tell you something. I always, maybe about a week before this happened, my boyfriend and I were talking, and I was like, stuff like this, it could never happen in Memphis because I mean, I know there's crooked, underhanded stuff, but it's like,
right, because you see it all over.
Yeah, like that just doesn't. It's not going to ever happen in Memphis.
And boom.
You know what's sad is that it was 5 black brothers. I think that's what pissed me off more. I expect that
from the other races,
else, but your own brother. You know what I'm saying? After everything you done seen, what's been going on, but that lets you know they don't treasure Black Lives Matter, all this other stuff.
And just imagine all the other stuff that they've done that hadn't been put out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's
sad.
It's a learned behavior, and so that's what we see.
Right.
And again, before we took the break, just going back to the origins of policing in America, man. Again, the slave catching, the whole harassment of the black man and the black community. And I've said, why don't you go into a white community doing it? They're not. They're not gonna go in Caryville and just be pulling people over just because and snatching them out car. But there is a attack, and there has been an attack against the black man. Yeah. Period. Right. And that's the shit that has to stop. And I was talking to V Baby earlier, and I was telling her. One of the things the Jews say, they say never again. But how can you say never again? Well, you can only say never again when you know history. You understand what I'm saying?
They try to take that from us.
So in other words, you got a by and large, you have a nation of people who have no sense of history, and then we see they continue to try to whitewash history. Yeah. Right. They want to change the story to their story.
Right. Did you hear about what's going on down in Florida? The governor basically trying to boycott black studies.
Oh yeah.
And that's going right into what you're saying, right? And what's that famous saying? If you don't know your history, it repeat itself.
That's again. That's why. That's why the Jews say never again, because they say that it never happened again, and they mean that. Right. And so we have to take that up, but it's not until we find unity.
Right. My thing is, why are you concerned with blocking our history? Why are you concerned about that?
Because it's
horrible. But they know.
But we have a rich history.
They don't want to talk about that. They don't want us to know.
Yeah, no.
Well, they don't want to.
I think they're fearful. If they weren't so fearful, like. What's the big concern?
Because you know what the big concern is? It's because if we start going back and be like, okay, this is how they treat us. All right, but okay.
Because they already denied half of it.
Wait. Okay, so if this is how they treat us and we learn about it, then why don't we go a little bit further back, right? And what's further back? Royalty. How we rule.
We were royalty.
And they don't want to put that rhetoric. They don't want us to keep going back. Because if you keep going back, that empowers us, right? Because everything, no matter what you say, you feel like you can be a sense of royalty or whatever if you have someone that looks like you. If I start looking back and seeing all these kings, queens, royals, princes, and all this other stuff, and I can rule the world and all that other stuff, oh, hell yeah, I can do this. It's an empowerment. Now, they don't want us to get to that.
Now, do you think a lot of that has to do with money as well?
Money.
Because of, just think of the prison industry, the jail industry.
Oh, yeah.
It's about the money. So you learn about your history. If you don't learn, what they're doing a successful job right now. Right. Not learning about the history. Keeping us down
and learning.
It's money. Money.
No. It's called learning your birthright. And if you learn your birthright, then guess what? There's certain these resources that I don't no longer have to pay for because what is mine from the beginning? It's my birthright, and that's what they don't want. So it is money.
It's
money.
I
don't want you to get too far back.
It's money.
Yep.
Yeah.
So before we close it up, how do y'all feel about this whole situation, and what do you tell your children, your grandchildren? Because I don't have them. Before we close out, how do y'all feel about this? What are you telling your kids if you see this?
And we're so used to telling our kids, just do what they say, cooperate, keep your hand on the keep your hand on the steering wheel.
Right.
He did everything he was supposed to do,
and got snatched out the damn car.
Yes,
and
ultimately ended in his death from being beaten by these 5 cops.
Identify yourself.
No,
you went straight to the car,
snatched this boy.
Correct.
Now, I did hear, and this is only a rumor, only gossip.
Allegedly.
Okay? Allegedly.
What did you hear?
I heard that they actually, they say if you go back and listen to all the audio from the body cams, you can hear the 911 operator, whoever they are.
The dispatch.
That they actually they were going after the wrong person.
Oh, yeah, I did see.
Did you hear that?
I heard that too. I did. So, I heard that too.
So I don't know. I need to go back and listen.
But you know what? It doesn't matter.
It does exactly. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter regardless. It was wrong.
And
it was wrong.
What we have to do.
We're gonna let you have this last word.
No.
No. And I mean that sincerely, genuinely.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Close
we all here. We in this thing together.
Right.
Close us out.
No. I just want to say
no.
I don't really have a huge perspective, but I was just gonna add this to it. Like and we were just talking about history, but we have to begin to see ourselves as God sees us. Okay. And that's just the short and long of it, and so not with what the world has painted, because we've dealt with the black is, you look up black is negative, it's bad, it's ugly. So everything has been geared as bad. Someone was asking me, and no issues with people who doing movies and shows with a lot of violence and so somebody said, "Are you going to watch such and such?" And I was like, "No, I don't really like the because it's violence and drug dealing that's being perpetuated. And it's like that's the message that we send out. That's all we that's all we good.
That's all we're good for.
Let's praise the drug dealers, or let's praise the guys who came out of the streets and now they doing something." So that and those, it's because it's painting a picture, and people who don't have the mentality to understand and comprehend, they're gonna follow, and they think that this is life. Okay, yep. So guys, we just wanted to come on and do this quick special,
special edition,
because it's serious.
Yes,
but it's really serious.
Our heart goes out to that young man,
and his
family. People, all the people who were connected to him, the entire city of Memphis, people all across the world, because people are hurting in communities all across the world.
And even the 5 officers' families, they're hurting too.
They embarrassment.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And to the families, that's right. And to the families of those officers.
Memphis, we stand.
And so, united we stand. And we stand with what's right. Okay, we stand with what's right. But we love you guys.
Yes, and thank you for joining in.
Yeah. We'll be back. We look forward to getting back on here.
Yes.
All right.
Peace out. Till the next
y'all.
time, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.
This is the Spotlight Podcast Network.